Hey, hey. How have you been? Yeah, that's good to hear. Yeah, I'm fine. Just busy managing uni, work, and all that stuff. The usual story, right? I'm looking forward to the summer festival later this week, though. It'll be fun to get some food, go on some rides, something different, right? Yeah, it would be nice to get away from life, live somewhere else, away from all the stress. Go on an adventure or two, maybe. Yeah, you get what I mean, right? Live in some fantasy world, be the hero of some country that's tasked with defeating the demon king on high, or some crap like that. That's way better than stressing over economics or some shit like that, right? Yeah, I thought you'd get it. There's way more at stake in a fantasy world. There's also cool shit like magic and enchanted swords and demon slaying. You could 100% live off the grid and not give two flying fucks about the state of affairs of your kingdom. Anyway, I didn't come here to talk about fantasy world stuff. I'm here because you asked my help for your French studies, so here I am. Alors, on va commencer avec le français. So, what can I help you with? Alright. Anything else? Okay. And anything grammar-wise? Yeah, of course. That's fine. I can definitely help you with those. Alright. Let's start with grammar. Let's start with le subjonctif, because that can be a bit difficult to process, and it's good to just sit on it, let it sit and stew in your brain. But trust me, once you understand how to use it and in what context it's appropriate, it's relatively easy to navigate. Because it's not really compulsory to use. Yeah, it's not compulsory, I would say. Not unless you're in an assessment and it's part of the criteria. Which, by the way, it's good to slip in the subjunctive where you can. Helps you get some brownie points during your exams. So, le subjonctif. The main goal of the subjunctive is to express subjectivity, uncertainty, or an opinion. The subjunctive itself is a mood, so it expresses quality or attitude rather than tense, like le plus que parfait or le futur. Because it's a mood, so le conditionnel, the conditional, that's also a mood. It has its own tenses, but for now we're just focusing on the present. So, le subjonctif. It's dependent on a subjunctive clause that triggers the subjunctive to occur in the following dependent clause. Par exemple, le père veut que son fils devienne médecin, which, word for word, means the father wants that his son become a doctor. Obviously, in English, it's more natural to say the father wants his son to become a doctor, but with the word for word translation, you can actually see the English subjunctive in action. In English, the subjunctive is just simply the infinitive of the verb rather than any specific conjugation, but you can see how once that or, in French, veut que, is suggesting the father's opinion. So that's why it triggers the subjunctive. You can also use conjunctions that are often followed by the subjunctive, but they can be a little bit difficult to see why specifically they trigger the subjunctive. So, for example, bien que means although, but the verb following it should be in the subjunctive. So, for example, bien que vous soyez très intelligent, j'aime vous aider. Which hopefully you know means, although you're very intelligent, I like helping you. Yes, that was a sentence that is true. Anyway, there's plenty of ways to essentially activate the subjunctive. If you look in your textbook on this page, here. If you look on this page, you'll see these particular phrases that you can use. I recommend finding one or two, probably 3 or 4 is a little bit more safe, phrases that you like, and memorizing them so that you can use them in a test and score yourself some brownie points from your assessor. Or if it's required, actually hit the requirement mark. So, yeah, if you have a look, here. Yeah, if you have a look here, there's a couple of phrases that you can conjugate into the subjunctive. There's another table here that shows you the main conjugations that you can use. And I think we should just have a go practicing saying it out loud so that you get a bit of speaking practice and you can try conjugating them. Yes, I know. It's not the most fun, but it's important to do. So, are you ready to start? Alrighty, so you've actually done a really good job so far. I'm quite impressed how quickly you've picked this up. We can practice this later, or you can do that on your own. I'm not really fussed, but I'm happy that you've grasped this pretty well so far. So, the next thing on the agenda was that essay. Would you like me to have a look at that now? Alrighty, good. So it's just this one? Oh, it's the 21st century. Who's getting you to write on... Oh, this is just a draft. And you'll type it up later? Why? You like the experience of writing on paper. I see. Oh, right. You memorize it better when you write it down. Okay, I understand. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Okay, just let me have a read of it now. Okay. L'Europe des six née après la Deuxième Guerre mondiale. Le peuple bloc soviétique, marché américain. Quarantaine des années plus tard, les États membres sont aussi strictes extension. Ok. Je prends. L'Union européenne compte maintenant pays avec la récente inclusion de la Bulgarie et la Roumanie. On peut demander que représente l'Europe possède tous un passeport commun. Le permettent, ouais. Les membres S et S. Ok. Yeah, cool. Um, I'm obviously no TA or marker, but what you've got sounds really good. You had relatively few grammatical errors, um, except if you have a look here, you've said les membres. That's the subject of your sentence. And even though it's a complex sentence, because you're still talking about les membres throughout the entirety of that section there, anything, any adjectives, verbs that refer to les membres have to be pluralized. So you can see I just added a bunch of S's there. Really easy mistake to get caught out on. And so it's really good to proofread out loud, just mutter under yourself like I was doing that just before. That can help a lot. I also rewrote in a couple places, some places where you could restructure sentences to include the subjunctive. Since, you know, your assessments really should be including the subjunctive by now. And you've picked it up really quickly, so it should be good. So, yeah, that's all I've got for today. Oh, don't sweat it, I'm more than happy to help. I'm your friend after all. Yeah, I guess it's pretty lucky for you that I've already completed this unit and that I am willing to help you out. You're saying I'm like your senpai? Fuck, I didn't know you were a weeb. I'm kidding, please. Seriously, no, it's a joke. I'm a weeb too. It's okay. I just wasn't. I wasn't expecting you to say that. Am I even older than you? Right, okay, by a couple months. Sure. You want me to call you Kohai? Sure, that works, why not? But, that's gonna be our little secret dynamic, okay? Just for us, when we're on our own. I don't need the whole world knowing that, you call me your senpai, and that I willingly agreed to call you my kohai. Anyway, I've got class later, so I'll have to get going soon. But let me know if you need help later, yeah? Oh, no, I'm being serious. It's okay. You don't need to shout me bubble tea or anything like that. We both had a gap in our schedules today, so when you asked me for help, I was more than happy to oblige and help a little bit. So, yeah, if you need help later, I'm not gonna leave you hanging. Oh, I mean, yeah, I appreciate the gesture. I guess it'd be nice to get bubble tea sometime. Oh, hey, are you going to the summer festival? Hey, then we should go together. That would be fun, right? And it would be a nice break from our studies too, for once. So, that's a plan then? Awesome. I'm looking forward to it, so I'll see you then. Unless you need me for French before that. Alrighty, see you soon then.